Do you guys want to see how this sourdough loaf turned out? It is so pretty. I am so thrilled. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh my god. I'm dying right now. Like, those score lines turned out perfect. It started to get an ear. That was the first time I used the cast iron Dutch oven. Usually I was just putting some water in a bath on the bottom of the oven, on the bottom rack, and then like letting the steam build that way. It was turning out with like really dark loaves where it turned soft enough, but my kids said they could like taste the burnt. I'm also a super taster and can tell when something's just a little bit off. It was still good. It just wasn't the same thing. Like, it's not the same thing at all. But I ended up getting just a cast iron, non-coated, so it can be safe up to 500 degrees. And I did a wheat score on it, which turned out pretty good. I think I can perfect that by doing like a full score on one side that lets it like open up, and it's like the expansion score. And then on the other side, just doing a very light, shallow cut for the stalk. Because with this one, I cut the expansion score as the stalk, and so I learned there for sure. But I cannot believe how beautiful she is. Like, I mean, that's pretty good. This is my third loaf of sourdough ever, and I've been following the recipe by Farmhouse on Boone, the beginner's sourdough loaf. It's pretty fantastic. She is lovely, and she like breaks things down and isn't so serious about it. I struggled to figure out if I really wanted to do sourdough because I was watching these other people be like, if it's off by this much or that much, it's going to be completely ruined and it will not work. And that's not true. I had no idea what I was doing, but clearly I did well enough. It has a little bit of what they call an ear, which is this part here, like standing up and curling up on itself. So that's like a sign of a good loaf. I love that you can see in here, if you look really close, there is these little like pieces of the gluten just like holding on for dear life that just got frozen in time by being heated up and dried out quickly enough, which is, you know, essentially what this is it's drying out this loaf and causing these reactions. But I love that you can see that in this loaf. What I'm not loving is the like dark cast over it, and then this getting quite so dark. And then the bottom did also get a little darker than I would have liked. I have not cut this open yet. She's still hot. Yeah, I don't know. I think I did all right. What do you think? What do you see that I could improve? Like, maybe my starter wasn't quite active enough, or maybe my oven needs turned down just a smidge. I let my Dutch oven get hot in the oven for an hour at 500 and put this in at that temperature with the lid on, and then let it cook there for 20 minutes. And then pulled that out. Honestly, it looked done at that point to me. Like, the color was perfect at that point. So thinking it might be that my oven is just a little too hot. But then I did as it said, and I took the lid off to let it like caramelize up on the top, which I feel like it had already really done. I probably need to get a thing to test the oven temperature on this oven because I'm in a rental. If your oven works, it works, and you make adjustments. So I probably need to get a thermometer for that. I don't know, I'm really excited. I'm impressed with this loaf. I'm ready to get on making the next one. But my next thing that I'm making is the sourdough crackers that made out of discard. A friend asked me while she's in recovery if I could put together a sourdough discard cracker for her with all of the herbs and everything that I put in mine, with a good amount of oil and some extra salt because of her diet. I'm gonna do that next, and I have my active bubbly starter ready to go. I'm actually in the process of getting it to fall. See how it went all the way up to here, and like that's where it peaked at. I'm waiting for it to fall completely to put it in the fridge because I actually want it to be that level of flat and like done. That's what makes these crackers, is the discard, which is literally just hungry starter. So whatever's left in the jar after I do that, I will feed again and get a loaf ready for the kids to come visit and have a fresh loaf. I would like to get it figured out what was happening with the darkening of it. I would like to figure that out before the kids come, so that they might be able to be like, oh mom, you improved so much, you know. That's always fun for me, is to see like how my kids react to it. Spectrum kiddos are sometimes hypercritical of foods and things like that. I made rice-a-roni for my son recently, and he literally told me that it was a little too much on the soft side and a little bit under-flavored from literal rice-a-roni. Autism, and the rule is, you know. The same thing happened with the mac and cheese. It was a little too dry. It needed to be just a little bit moister, please. And the flavor needed to be more extreme. But all in all, it's good. These are my kiddos. He's 13 and he has ARFID, and he is unable to eat a lot of different foods. We do what we can with that. Well, he's developed over time a very specific like way that food should taste and should feel in his mouth and all of the things. And the way that his dad does it is the way that over time he's kind of developed a like, it's right when it is like this. So I asked his dad, you know, what is the thing? And he doesn't have an answer. He just makes it like he makes it, you know. He's like, the same way we always did. And I'm like, anyways, back to this sourdough loaf. It's beautiful. I'm impressed. The Dutch oven makes a difference, I promise you. For those of you who waited, I'm gonna try and give you a squeeze so you can hear the crunch. Okay, ready? Ah! That sound is wonderful. Oh, crunchy sourdough loaf. I'm so excited. I'm ready to get this bad boy cooled and slice her open. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm definitely excited. Let me know if you have ideas of like what maybe went askew in doing this loaf that made it like a little too dark. Well, all right, there you have it. Sourdough. Beginner's loaf in the cast iron thing. So I've got a piece of my bread, little olive oil, some herbs de Provence. That's really, really good. I definitely did the thing. Yeah. Well, thank you for watching, and if you haven't, please subscribe. I am on YouTube, I am on Facebook, I'm on Pinterest, I'm on Insta, kinda. I'm pretty much everywhere. So if you want to follow along, I'd love to have you. I am learning to do the Mediterranean lifestyle so that our health can improve, and if that resonates with you, or neurodivergent content resonates with you, I would love to have you along on our journey. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye.